That's a little bit. I hope that's a little bit better now. Copper, being that he's in one of the craziest moods I've ever seen him in, decided to jerk the phone out of my hand and mess it all up. Oh goodness. Hey guys, so I hope you guys come back now. I'm gonna give it a minute for people to show back up. I know we had quite a few people on already, and so want everybody to catch up with my mess up and get back over here. I don't know why he's so awake. I think he's overly tired. Hey everybody, hey Patty, hey Mary, hey guys, how's everybody doing? Okay, good. I should have known. They said my internet was better. I should have known that they lied. I should have known. Shouldn't we, Copper? We should have known. Oh man, me and technology. I would have had Robert over here to help me with some of this stuff, but this video is one that I kind of felt like I wanted to do on my own. Like I said, I've got some big news coming up. Talk quick, I'll do my best. You know me, I ramble. Okay, good. I'm glad everything. I'm glad that the video quality and sound quality is good. All right, guys. So I'll start off with a little bit with some of the stuff that's been going on. You can see if you guys watched my road trip, I got my 66 down here from my dad. Working on that. Been working on getting everything cleaned up. Aiden's Jeep we almost have finished. We took it out for dinner last night, which is pretty awesome. For the first time in a long time. Well, first time really ever since we drove it home and had issues. Aiden graduates in 2 weeks, so we're scrambling. Obviously we're gonna have people down here. So the cleanup around at least the outside, is going to be done. Maybe not inside the shop, but outside, which I know a lot of people are looking forward to seeing. A whole lot of stuff going on. So one of the reasons that I wanted to do this video is there's something I've been thinking about for a long time. It's going to put a little bit of a pause on the Homestead YouTube channels, but it's something that I feel like I really need to do. Set this back just a little bit there so Copper doesn't knock it over. he's being crazy. So you guys have heard me talk a little bit about PTSD and some of that kind of things, and I'm fairly open with the fact that I do struggle a little bit with PTSD. I have a lot of friends that struggle with PTSD, and so I decided to go ahead and pull the trigger on something that has been on my mind and I've been thinking about doing for a long time now. And like I said, Aiden graduates in 2 weeks, and as soon as Aiden graduates, well, the week after he graduates, can't pull my calendar, he graduates on the 14th, so the Monday after that, I'm going to be leaving the homestead for about 4 weeks. I'm not a huge fan of, I went to see therapists. With PTSD, one thing's to lead to another. And you guys have all fussed at me quite a bit about drinking too much, smoking too much, rehab. I would just get kicked out of rehab, which really for me is just about drying up for a little while and resetting my head. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking a 4-week trip on the Appalachian Trail. I've been starting my route. I'm not starting in Amicalola at the base of the trail. I'm going to be starting a little bit further north. Reason being, in the Great Smoky Mountain National Forest, you cannot have any pets except for service dogs. And since the Copper Pot here, you can see service dog in training, he's not yet certified, trained service dog, so I'm not going to take him through the Pisgah National or the Great Smoky Mountains National Forest. We're going to start just north of that, around Clingman's Dome, Tennessee. And he's little, but we're not setting a mileage on it. Like, we're not trying to get a certain amount done. We're just going to go 4 weeks. I'm thinking we'll start out with 6 or 8 miles a day, and we're just going to play it by ear, and go as far as we can. I'm going to do a lot of things for me. One is, being on a trail like that. We're not going to be a convenience store or an alcohol store, stop and get alcohol or, smokes. So it's going to give me a chance just to get back to nature, kind of clear my head. I think deal with some issues. I guess kind of hit the reset button a little bit. And I can't think of a better way to do that than walking for a month somewhere as beautiful as the Appalachian Trail. So I do have help lined up. There's only 3 or 4 people I've even mentioned this to. First one obviously being my wife Caroline, and she is on board with it. She's very happy. I've talked with Robert, because Robert's going to be helping, keep an eye on the homestead while I'm gone, with anything that needs to be done. And then obviously my mom and dad, which are going to help me with resupply and stuff like that. But if I have such a great audience, all you subscribers, I love you guys to death. This is something, like I said, I've thought about for a while. And one of the reasons that I want to do a live video right now is because it kind of makes me do it. I'm putting it out there. I don't have a reason to back out. There's always a good reason to back out. There's always a good reason not to do it. I'm going to stop smoking tomorrow. I'm going to stop drinking tomorrow. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Well, having, a huge accountability group, like I have with you guys, to me is a great kick in the pants, I guess, to make sure that I follow through, and actually get it done. And like I said, it's not really just about any addiction issues. It's more, to handle PTSD, which PTSD and addiction issues are hand in hand. They go hand in hand. In the Army, that's one of the things maybe some people understand, some people don't. The Army is an alcoholic culture. You don't mention your problems. You don't say your problems. You just self-medicate. So it's really easy to do. It's really easy to self-medicate, and just kind of bury things under the rug. And I'm trying to get away from that and, actually face some problems head on and deal with them. So I think it's going to be good. Now it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. One, doing it with a puppy, I'm not going to be able to go like the distances that, I think I would go. We're just kind of going to go based off him. He'll be 4 months old at that point. So he gets tired, we'll stop. And we'll rest. That's why I'm not putting a distance. There's not, I'm going from here to here. We're just going to go for the time limit. It's going to be a pretty good stretch financially. There's a lot of equipment. Obviously, I have a lot of equipment. Used to backpack a lot and all that, but still, being away for 4 months, being away for 4 months and, not having a steady source of income, it's going to be a sacrifice, and that's okay, because I think it's a sacrifice that needs to be made. Because I know my daughter has said, "Dad, you better be here to walk me down the aisle. Stop smoking. Take care of yourself. You better be here when I get married." And that's important. I think PTSD can make you really not care about yourself too much. 4 months or 4 weeks. It's going to be 4 weeks. I'm planning on somewhere around the 200-mile mark, ish, you know, something like that. About we're going to start with 6 to 8 miles a day for the first couple weeks. We have 3 weeks till we leave, and we're going to start actually tonight, and we're going to start with probably about a mile and a half, and we're going to add, about a quarter mile a day to get copper used to it. Now I'm looking at some special equipment where I was saying, it will be interesting, finagling everything out, a lot of stuff I'll make financially, because I'm sure with copper being young, it'll be, I'll be carrying him a lot, and carrying his dog food, so I'm going to have to rig up some kind of puppy carrier so I can carry him. But we're going to start with about a mile and a half tonight, and we're going to work up. We're going to work up to that over the next 3 weeks. I'm starting with 10 push-ups or 20 push-ups a day and 40 steps a day. We're going to be adding one a day. I'm going to be doing that all the way through the trip, because it's not just about the PTSD issues. It's also physically. I need to start taking care of myself a little bit more. So, I want to. I'm the heaviest I've ever been in my entire life. I've always been in great shape, being an airborne infantryman. So I need to just get myself back to my fighting weight, clear my head, and take care of everything. So I just talked. I know I've been ignoring a little bit of the questions and stuff coming. Sorry, I needed to get that out there, because it was definitely difficult to put into words, to especially on a public forum. It's always hard to let people know that you're not necessarily super Aaron. You have issues, and it can be hard to admit when you have problems. So I will let y'all know anything I need. And I have been doing all my research. Now, I've hiked a lot of the Appalachian Trail, Georgia, North Carolina, when I was younger, growing up, because it ran literally right by my back door. So, it's one reason I want to start a little bit north, to see something newer. But the cell service apparently is really good now. So, my plan is every night that cell service, or every day when we stop for the day to set up camp, as cell service allows, which apparently is pretty good, we will be doing a live video, and that way I can keep you guys updated. And it'll just be good for me to have some interaction with all you guys. Let everyone know how I'm doing, and so we'll be doing a live video every day from the trail. That's my plan right now. I'll also be filming everything to make videos and kind of track my progress. Just to I went blank looking for the word, document the whole experience, and how it goes. And kind of where I see this going forward is I have to take care of myself before I can help anyone else. But I'll going forward to years forward, and maybe even as soon as this fall, is it won't be anything huge, but taking maybe 2 or 3 guys at a time out for a trip that's 2 or 3 weeks at a time, and just marking it and being like, hey, here's where we're going. We're going from here to here. And over the next few years, walk the entire thing north to south. And then a few trips at a time, and then walk it south to north. And in doing that, I know it would only help myself, but I can help some other guys. First trip, I know I've got to kind of help me, and I think I can do that. And then going forward, might not help hundreds of people, thousands of people a year, but I think I can help 20 or 30 and get some guys out, just clear their head on the trail. And I think that could be helping someone else heal can help you heal a lot. So I think that's going to work out pretty good. So, like I said, walking the Appalachian Trail, it's going to be so slow for one of these reasons. He is something else. We're not going to be able to go 15 miles, 20 miles a day like I would do if I was doing it on my own. But I don't want to do it on my own. Definitely having Copper with me is going to help. And starting next year, we'll be able to do the whole thing because he'll actually be a service dog. He'll have all his training complete, so he won't have to worry about getting, kicked out of any national parks or anything. uh, Yeah, you're right. Getting, just admitting everything is one of the first steps. I have, in the past, like I said, most of my issues have been PTSD related, which leads to, other issues, but not a big fan of, and I'm not knocking Alcoholics Anonymous at all. They've done great things for a lot of people. It's just not for me. I guess maybe because I'm a little bit rough and tumble, and the worst thing you can do is tell me to do something or tell me how to do it, because I'll be like, yeah, hold my beer, watch this, and I'm going to do the exact opposite. So some things I've kind of got to do myself. Now I got to figure it out on my own. I guess I get that from my dad and my mom. They're both super stubborn. So I guess you could say it's genetic. We kind of do things our own way. Right, wrong, doesn't matter. Not following anybody else's path. But yeah, plan on Clingman's Dome. I think that takes me up somewhere through the Shenandoah. Should be about 230 or 40 miles easily in 30 days. So it shouldn't be too bad. He may disagree. I have no doubts he's going to be getting carried quite a bit of it. But tomorrow I'm heading back up to my mom and dad's house for a few minutes. You guys have met a whole lot of my rescue animals. One you haven't met yet, but I'm going to be doing a little video on him tomorrow, is Chicken Puppy. Chicken Puppy is, you have met Mimi, is Mimi's sibling. And he was one that we had found a home for, and through no fault of his own, he got returned to us. And my aunt is looking for a dog, and she's an older lady. Works a little bit, but mostly she's at home. And Chicken is such a sweetheart. He doesn't care about having puppy friends. He just wants to be petted. And so Chicken is going to find a great home where he is going to be just absolutely spoilt rotten. So I'm going to make a quick turn and burn up to North Carolina tomorrow and go help Dad out with some things and take Chicken Puppy and make sure he's a good fit for my aunt, and find a good home for a rescue puppy, which is kind of the whole point. Like, we do have a lot right now, but generally we always try to foster and find homes, and give them the best life they can. So I know we can give Chicken a great life. Hey, Robert. Sorry, trying to catch up a little bit on the comments. I've been running my mouth a whole lot. I think Copper would rather be just going to bed and going to sleep. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Robert. Always a great friend. Helped me out a little bit for the trip. So, like somebody just a few minutes ago, and I'm going to go ahead and put Knucklehead here. I think he wants to go try and make friends with chickens or just go to sleep. So some of the stuff as far as logistics with the trip is, obviously the big four for any long distance trip, which is going to be your boots, your sleeping bag, your shelter, and your backpack. Some of that I have covered, but those are the biggest things that you have to worry about. If you have those things, you're pretty good. I'll be using dehydrated dog food, especially with Copper being a puppy. it'll be a lot of high calorie, dehydrated puppy food. The water issue I'm not worried about. That's just going to be, um, tablets, hydration tablets. One thing I have found hiking over the years is toilet paper. Do not forget your toilet paper. Uh, that's cheap. Just don't forget it. Um, there are some fees. I saw somebody say something about fees. Since I'm going to be skipping the uh, Great Smoky Mountain National Park, I'm not going to have many fees associated um, with the Great Smoky Mountain. With that part of it, most of it's actually free and very dog friendly. There's only 3 places on the whole Appalachian Trail that you can't have a dog, and it just so happens that one of those places is in my backyard. So, but that's okay. Yes, a shovel, an e-tool, an entrenching tool. Gotta bury everything. And then there's like, little things, bags to pack out. Um, yes, I do have PayPal, and there's a link, there'll be a link in the pinned comments on this, to the donation page, which mostly I use for, feeding all these crazy critters and all. But I will be using some, the PayPal money to help with, this trip, because like I said, a month away, not making money. It's not cheap, but I've come to realize there are things that are more important than money. Money can only do so much. Money doesn't help with everything. So I want to. It is a sacrifice a little bit. If I looked at it from a monetary standpoint, it'd be crazy. But for me, it's not a monetary standpoint. It's a health standpoint. Mentally, physically, um, you know, very much for my health, and for me being around for my kids and my grandkids. And Ryan Gosling is crazy. He does not like his big pond. We're still working on him to go swimming in the big pool. Um, and there's a video coming up on the big pond. Yeah, Ryan doesn't realize he's a goose. Yep, first aid kits, supplies for copper. Copper won't, like I said, just dehydrated dog food. Um, thank you, Sue. I do appreciate that very much. For toilet paper. Yep, and I'm telling you that it's something you do not want to forget at all. Family is going to be okay without me. Like I said, the very first person I talked to about this was my wife. I made sure she was okay with it, and she was on board. She goes, absolutely. She goes, you're not leaving me. She said, I'm too old to find someone or to train someone else. That's what she said. She goes, I'm too old to train another person to live with. So you're not leaving. So she said, you need to take care of yourself. So, that's kind of what I'm trying to do. And busy few weeks, like a lot of stuff over the next couple weeks. We'll be getting some auto waters for the goats, just some little floats. I'll be getting, um, better or feeding troughs. I'll be making some stuff easier to take care of the animals for the family, and Robert has my back. I also talked to Robert, and Robert is going to be here, because he's just 8 miles down the road when he's at the bird farm. So he's going to be here to stop by and be a great friend and help me take care of anything that might need done while I'm not here. So I can't say how much I appreciate him offering that. Thank you guys. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Maui Swift. I appreciate it. I love these videos as well. Didn't think I would. I said, I owe it to Robert for getting me into this, but I never in a million years thought I would be making videos on YouTube. But I've met so many great people, and I've enjoyed it so much. Now it's something that just kind of is second nature. I've really enjoyed sharing my life with people. And normally I'm a very private kind of a person. Keep everything a lot closer, but I have enjoyed this experience. I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. So really appreciate it. The trail can be dangerous. It's really not that bad. Um, so, especially with my experience, I have backpacked a good deal of the southern portion of the trail growing up before I joined the Army. And then joined the Army weeks and weeks at a time. Yes, those are peacocks. Weeks and weeks at a time, with nothing but a backpack and walking around is second nature. The plus side is I won't have anybody trying to shoot me or blow me up. So it's going to be much more enjoyable than my time camping and backpacking when I was in the Army. I will have a walking stick. I'll have my aluminum expandable walking stick. Um, I will put the P.O. box and the PayPal all in the pinned comments, folks, as soon as this uploads. I promise I will. Um, I'm also going to be taking my fly rod, a little box of flies. Got a good trout water up through there, so that'll help supplement. And like I said, I'm not putting a distance, 4 weeks, like I have to go this many miles. It's a trip to heal my body and my mind and reset. Fishing is one thing that does that. So if I come across some trout water, you better believe that me and Copper will be doing some fly fishing and catching some trout. That's kind of one of the only splurges that I'm gonna be doing in my trail pack. Keep it as light as possible. Is going to be tin foil, a little thing of canola oil, a garlic clove, some salt and pepper, and that way if I catch one, I can put them on tin foil, make a little bit of campfire, and make some great trout. That's good for the soul as well. Do a little bit of fishing, so I think it'll be fun, and you guys will share the adventure. Like I said, I plan on, I'm gonna be documenting it as videos, but I also plan on doing it alive every day as cell service permits. And I have a feeling that it'll be hard to find worse cell service on the Appalachian Trail than I have here in South Georgia. You guys have seen me fight with that. I think it will be a good trip. Copper will be on a leash the whole time, and I know, like I said, growing up in Western North Carolina, I know about bear safety. All food will be put into vacuum sealed bags like trash that you seal up and put up in a tree, and then I've got all that covered, so you don't have to worry about any of that. It's really not as dangerous as some people make it out to be. Yep, they make some awesome walking sticks now. How am I going to charge my phone? That's a good point. Luckily, solar technology has very much come a long way as far as charging any kind of device. I already have one. I'm going to buy one that's a little bit better that will go across my backpack, that will hook into a battery bank. So while I'm walking, it's going to charge my phone, my batteries for my GoPro, and all that kind of stuff. Nope, not going to be with the group. I'm just going to be me and Copper. My group, that's my group. Hopefully he'll be a little bit better company than this. But to be fair, me and him were out really early. We were out here getting stuff ready, helping Aiden with his Jeep and all at about 7 o'clock this morning. So he's had a long day. I do have a post office box, and go figure. My post office box, if you don't see in my pinned comments, my post office box is exactly the same post office box as Sidestep Adventures. So just put attention Best Family Homestead or attention Aaron and send it to Robert, and he's great enough to. We share the same post office box. We share a lot of the same stuff. If you haven't noticed, cars, tractors, houses, whatever. And actually, I really got to keep him moving because it's still a little bit early for him to go to sleep. Because Because if he goes to sleep right now, then about 9 o'clock, he's going to wake up, and I'm going to go sleep good. I am in the middle of reading that book right now, the Bill Bryson book. I have a few books that I'm reading. I'm not going to go ill-prepared. Like I said, I have done a good bit of this, but I'm a lot of stuff, new stuff, so... No, I'm not going all the way up. I'm not going all the way up to Maine. Like I said, I'm going to section hike it instead of through hike it. So I'm going to hit, Tennessee, Virginia this time. I plan on doing Maine around July or August here in the next few years when I get up there. I know, Copper is a hound dog. He is a lazy hound dog. He's ridiculous. Terry Betts, I'm not sure. I saw some of your comments the other day. I meant to ask my dad. My family, unless it was from Haywood County up in western North Carolina, we did have some very distant family in Alabama that were Betts, but that was back around the Civil War. But all my great grandfathers are all from the western North Carolina area. So I couldn't tell you, but I can ask my dad about those names and see if he's sure about that. He's gonna have to go on a walk with me because he's about to fall asleep. He won't wake up. He is getting big. He has absolutely, I think he's probably 6-7 times bigger than he was when I got him. He's doing really good with his training. He's still having some potty training issues. I think the potty training issues are my fault. Hello in Holland. Because he's outside with me. So it's hard for him to potty train to housebreak when you're not ever in the house. The only time he's in the house is when he comes out of his crate that he sleeps in the morning, and then, goes in late at night. So he doesn't really understand the house thing. I will let you know. Like I said, Maine's going to be a couple years away because I'm going to start south to north. I'm going to start a little bit further north in the trailhead, just so I can get copper certified so we can walk the southern part, maybe this fall or next year, once he is a certified service dog. Because there are no pets allowed unless they are service dogs in the Great Smoky Mountain National Forest. So that's 70 miles of trail that I couldn't take him on, which would be this trip. So I'm going to go just north of that, I think, and start there so that he has some time to be legal. We don't want to pass Copper off as a true service dog until he has had the training and is a true service dog. Right now, he is a true sleepy dog. He is an expert. He is an expert on sleeping, something he knows lots about. All right, folks. Well, I think it is probably about that time. All right, Terry, I'll ask my dad. I'll ask my dad a little bit more about that. But right now it's getting a little bit late, and I think it's about time for me to give him some food, which I know is going to wake him up. But the food will wake him up, but I've got to get him out and get him moving again. And like I said tonight, and we will keep everybody posted both on our training and our progress over the next 3 weeks. We got 3 weeks to get ready to start walking, and then we'll be keeping you guys posted on our trip. So there will be 3 weeks where there won't be, or 4 weeks where there won't be much here on the homestead. You'll still get to see me and Copper, but there'll be a little bit of break from, I'm not even sure that the Appalachian Trail will be harder than what I do day to day around here. It might be a little bit of a vacation, but it'll be all good. All right, everybody. Well, thank you very, very much, and I look forward to sharing my adventure with you. And I greatly appreciate all y'all's understanding. Um, means a lot to have you guys there supporting me, and I'm looking forward to getting started. So you guys said at the beginning, the first step is, admitting that you need a change, and that's kind of where I'm at. I need a change, you know, mentally, physically, just disconnect for a little while and get better. All right, guys. I'll see y'all next time. Thank you.